July 16th, Tuesday. This is Bitcoin TV. I am Michael. Let's take a look at the 24-hour data headlines of the cryptocurrency circle. Since March DAOs, the holdings of whales holding more than 100,000 Bitcoins have dropped significantly, from the highest level to the lowest level. 10,000 coins fell to the lowest level. 56. 10,000 Bitcoins have been reduced in the past 3 months. 14. 10,000 coins. 10,000 to 10 large institutions with a Bitcoin holding range of 10,000 Bitcoins have a Bitcoin holding amount ranging from 230, increased to a maximum of 258. The number of Bitcoins held by small and medium-sized institutions ranging from 1,000 to 10,000 Bitcoins has increased from 6 to 10,000. It has been decreasing since the beginning of the month. 7. Moon 14. The day has been reduced to 475 10,000 Bitcoins. Small institutions and large investors holding 10 to 100 Bitcoins have relatively stable emotions and are obvious cyclical investors, and most of them are miners. Finally, there are small retail investors who are generally in a downward trend, basically following the trend of Bitcoin, and the chips change hands frequently. Net position of the exchange 6. Since the obvious turning point at the end of the month, there has been an obvious bullish trend in the last week, and the trend has yet to be further confirmed in the last week. However, the bullish trend was confirmed and further broken last week, and the short-term net position data of the exchange has returned to the previous level. 1 to 2, the historical high range of July. Bitcoin has rebounded significantly in the past 2 days. If there are no other risks in the subsequent market, the bullish sentiment may continue for a certain period of time. On July 18th, there is a positive news waiting for the Ethereum spot ETF to land. The market should also be waiting for new news. Do you think the good news or the bad news will come first? There are 2 key values for the seller risk ratio of Bitcoin. When the seller risk ratio is higher than 0.75%, it means that the market has entered a high valuation range, and sellers will continue to sell their profitable chips. When the seller risk ratio is lower than 0.1%, the market will begin to show reluctance to sell and bargain hunting. 4 months of continuous decline have 0.77%. The high fell to 0.14%. The low point has been reached. The current value of the market has been gradually entering the consensus range. Recently, with the rebound in Bitcoin prices, the index has also rebounded slightly. If it can step below 0.1%, the market will either enter a bear market range, maintain a certain period of deep bear transition period, and then usher in a bull market, or it will be a short-term bottoming low range. Since 8 asset management institutions that plan to issue Ethereum ETFs in the US securities market finally submitted their S-1 files to the US SEC in June 2024, will the Ethereum ETF be successfully issued? When can it be listed for trading? This has always attracted the attention of industry insiders. Various predictions have been rising and falling, and the market value of ETH has also fluctuated frequently due to related information. Why does the Ethereum ETF affect market sentiment so much? In this regard, should we be optimistic and expect to enter the market first, or remain calm and wait and see?
According to sources, the regulator has no further comments on the recently submitted S-1 document, and the final version needs to be submitted by Wednesday, adding that the funds will then be listed on the exchange on Tuesday, July 23rd. Eric Balchunas, senior ETF analyst at Bloomberg Intelligence, first reported the development in a social media post. Influenced by the news that the ETF will start trading next week, the price of Ethereum once rose by 7.3%, exceeding the 6% increase of Bitcoin.
Through ETF, digital assets are being integrated into the mainstream financial trading market, which may be one of the most important market significances of issuing crypto asset ETF. However, many people believe that the scale of funds that Ethereum ETF can attract is expected to be smaller than Bitcoin ETF. In addition, many people ask what impact Ethereum ETF will have on Ethereum. In fact, the larger the scale of ETH involved in staking, the more validators will join the Ethereum network, resulting in a significant increase in the cost and difficulty of hackers attacking Ethereum, creating a safer environment for on-chain transactions and smart contracts. On the other hand, since the completion of the merger of Ethereum, the supply of ETH has decreased, and the scale of some of the gas fees destroyed is greater than the number of newly issued ETH. In theory, this supply and demand relationship will gradually form deflation, which is conducive to the increase in the value of ETH. BlackRock is the world's largest asset management company, managing trillions of dollars in investments in various asset classes around the world. Recently, BlackRock reported that its assets under management, AUM, in the first quarter were close to $10.5 trillion. But do you know, CEO Larry Fink is a well-known skeptic who often speaks out against the potential of the entire cryptocurrency market. However, things have indeed changed this year. On January 11, 2024, several institutions led by BlackRock launched the first batch of Bitcoin spot ETFs in the United States, called iShares Bitcoin Trust, IBIT, which directly reversed the embarrassing situation that the application of spot Bitcoin ETFs had been rejected for the past decade, opened a new chapter in the development of encryption, and also paved the way for Larry Fink to change his view on cryptocurrency.
BlackRock said in a statement on Monday that investors added $83 billion to its ETFs and $35 billion to fixed income overall. CEO Larry Fink recently publicly stated that Bitcoin is expected to become a hedging tool in the uncertainty of the U.S. political situation. He changed his original skeptical stance on cryptocurrencies and is now optimistic about the prospects of Bitcoin. He suggested that everyone needs to regard it as an alternative to the optimistic attitude towards the world.
I believe Bitcoin is legitimate. I'm not trying to say there's not misuses like everything else, but it is a legitimate financial instrument that allows you to have maybe uncorrelated, non-correlated type of returns. I believe it is an instrument that you invest in when you're more frightened, though.
2024 is undoubtedly very important for cryptocurrencies. This year, Bitcoin received the first cryptocurrency-based ETF in the United States. In addition, it attracted a large amount of institutional investment, causing Bitcoin to soar to an all-time high of $73,000 in March. Today, BlackRock has become an important player in the cryptocurrency field. Since its launch in January this year, BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust, IBIT, has attracted more than $18 billion in funds, becoming the industry's largest Bitcoin ETF. In addition, BlackRock has also submitted an application to launch an Ethereum ETF, planning to further expand the field of cryptocurrency investment. Recently, the U.S. economic growth has remained resilient, but the high interest rate environment continues to have an impact on the economy, and many countries and regions are facing signs of economic stagnation or mild recession. Although inflation has shown signs of cooling down as planned by the Federal Reserve, the uncertain macroeconomic environment has further contributed to the increased volatility of the cryptocurrency market. However, with the Ethereum spot ETF, on-chain data, native application innovations of major public chain ecosystems, and innovations in the TON ecosystem, the industry has continued to grow. OKX Ventures has also publicly stated that they remain optimistic about the market outlook.
According to OKX Ventures' observations and research, many areas of the current crypto industry are showing a steady and positive development trend. At the policy level, the industry has finally ushered in major progress in the Ethereum ETF. If the Ethereum spot ETF begins trading in July 2024, the scale and purchase volume of the Ethereum spot ETF will be in the tens of billions of US dollars. On the Solana chain, meme transactions account for 10% of the total transaction volume, more than 50%. In terms of Bitcoin ecology, the growth of Layer 2 and TVL has promoted the modular development of Bitcoin ecology. In addition, TION ecology continues to grow. Backed by Telegram's 900 million active users, TON is developing rapidly, and TVL has exceeded 700 million US dollars, a stable currency that has the potential to compete with Tron.
The booming development of blockchain seems to be somewhat out of tune with the current world economy. The reason is that blockchain has been developed for more than 10 years, but it is still considered an emerging industry. At present, the traditional market is saturated, and a large number of people are unable to find jobs, which will lead to more talents pouring into the blockchain market. If the policy is relaxed, perhaps it will not be stable and positive now, but should be on a space rocket. The vibrant scene of the blockchain market now also proves that its dividends are still there. Postponement, postponement, and postponement again. The ruling party in South Korea proposed to postpone the crypto tax to 2028. The US election is about to be turbulent, and it has repeatedly shown goodwill to the crypto industry, hoping to win the favor of crypto people and win votes. South Korea is no exception. Before that, during the Moon Jae-in government, the South Korean National Assembly passed a tax bill, planning to start taxing cryptocurrency profits in October 2021, but due to the presidential election to be held the following year, the implementation of the tax law was postponed to January 2023, and then postponed to January 2025 during the Yoon Suk-yeol administration. All for fear that taxation would increase the burden on investors and disrupt the market. So what is the reason this time?
Before the South Korean general election in April this year, the National Power Party promised in its campaign to postpone the implementation of the cryptocurrency profit tax for 2 years. Recently, Korean media reported that the South Korean government and the ruling party are considering postponing the inclusion of the cryptocurrency investment profit tax in the 2025 tax revision proposal, and formally submitted the proposal on July 12th. pointing out that the current investment sentiment for crypto assets is deteriorating and taxing virtual assets is not a wise choice. In addition, since cryptocurrencies are riskier than stocks, investors are expected to exit the market if income tax is still levied. Although the South Korean Ministry of Finance has not yet made a final decision, it is expected to announce the 2025 tax law amendments at the end of this month. Once this proposal is passed, the taxation of cryptocurrency investment income will be postponed from January 2025 to January 2028, which is nearly 7 years later than originally planned.
The South Korean government and the ruling People Power Party have called for voluntary regulatory measures from the cryptocurrency industry. During a party government consultative meeting on virtual assets held Monday, lawmakers and officials explained they are mulling over enacting a law on blockchain-based platforms. The chief of the Financial Supervisory Service, Lee Bo-kyun, stressed the need for a reasonable regulation system to enable the virtual asset market to have responsible growth.
Some people in South Korea have criticized that tax policies are too influenced by the will of taxpayers, but it is no wonder. According to the data of the Financial Services Commission, as of the end of last year, the number of cryptocurrency investors in South Korea has reached 6.45 million, of which 1.89 million and 1.86 million are in their 30s and 40s, respectively. These groups have a great influence on society. As for the government, to put it bluntly, they want to share a piece of the pie when they see investors making profits, but they are afraid that you will run away as soon as they start to share, which is difficult to take care of. Nowadays, the implementation of the tax collection plan is really far away, and it is not known whether the tax will be collected.